At the far end of town, past the last working streetlight, there stands an old house that everyone knows but no one truly remembers entering. Its roof sags like a tired spine. The windows are blind with dust, yet some nights are faint. Yellow glow wanders from room to room as if a lantern were being carried by invisible hands. Those who walk by after dark speak of hearing a steady tapping from inside. 3 slow knocks, a pause, then 3 again, as if something inside were counting the seconds until it is found. Years ago, children dared each other to cross the rusted gate and touch the porch. Most stopped halfway when they felt the air change, colder, heavier, the way a room feels when someone else is breathing in it. The few who reached the door swear that even without touching it they could feel a heartbeat pulsing through the wood. When the door finally groaned open, the smell of damp earth and burnt oil poured out, and the silence inside was so complete it seemed alive. They stepped in. The floorboards creaked under their shoes but echoed too loudly, as though the sound were traveling downward, not outward, as though the house had empty lungs instead of a basement. Sheets covered the furniture, but every so often one of them shifted slightly, as if something beneath had exhaled. Cobwebs hung like curtains, and when one of the boys brushed them aside, a faint humming started from upstairs low, uncertain, like a voice trying to remember a song. They climbed the staircase together, the banister sticky with age, the steps bending and sighing under their weight. At the top they found a hallway, lined with framed photographs. So faded the faces were nothing but pale ovals, yet the eyes in each frame seemed freshly drawn, sharp and black, following every movement. One of the girls reached out and touched the nearest picture. The glass was warm. At the end of the hall stood a narrow door, slightly open, and from the gap came a rhythm of dripping water. They pushed it wider and saw no leak, only a small wooden chair facing the corner of the room. Across the walls ran deep scratches, long and uneven, and written among them, as if by a shaking hand, were the words "Don't let it out." No one understood what it meant, until the door behind them slammed shut so hard that dust fell from the ceiling. They screamed and pulled the handle, but it would not move. The metal had turned hot, almost burning. Then came the whisper, a breath at first, rising from the corner where the chair faced the wall. It was not one voice, but many, layered, murmuring the same word again and again until it formed something like a name. The humming grew louder, the air colder, and the shadows stretched across the floor as though reaching. When the door finally burst open, they ran until their lungs burned, not stopping until the gate clanged behind them. Outside, the night was silent again, but as they looked back, one of them saw the upstairs window glowing faintly. A shape was standing there, watching, the same outline as the girl who had touched the photograph. In the days that followed, the others swore she was different, her voice softer, her smile slower, her reflection in mirrors lagging a second behind. And still, every night, the light moves from room to room inside the house, as though someone new has taken up the lantern, waiting for the next curious soul to open the door.